Step is to remove the center console. And to remove the center console, first things first, open this up. Then basically there's this little thing, pick that up. There's a couple screws, 3 screws here. And then there's going to be a couple screws underneath the 300ZX thing, so we'll pry that open, and I'll walk through that for you guys. First, we're going to open these 3 up for you, and then we'll go from there. Got those screws out. What we're going to do is that we're going to move up here and basically pry this 300ZX logo off. Just put it like Flathead into the corner, or use one of those phone kits to pry it off. Just put it in and it just comes right off. 300Z logo off. There's 2 screws here. We're going to unscrew those, and then after that what we're going to do is we're going to try and pry this off, and there's 1 screw right here underneath this. Take that off and the entire thing kind of just slides off. Screws are off. I've already pried this off, but basically you can shove a little Flathead into this side and then just like lift it off, and then there's just clips. Couple clips, those come off. Now once you get this far, that's the screw we're going to be taking off. Make sure you take this clip off, disconnect this. There's 2 of them, so disconnect that, and then once you're done that, there's 2 underneath that connect to these right there. Disconnect those as well, and the entire thing just lifts up. Screws are off. All you do is just pry the center console upwards and slide it out this way, and once you make sure you disconnected all these, and the entire thing just comes out. Once we're done that, we're going to take the shifter out. This is only for automatic. I don't know how to do it for manuals, but basically get these screws and this thing will come right off. Gotten all that off. When you're pulling up, you do have to pull this part off. There is a spring attached to it, so don't forget about that. When this comes off, there's a little cable that goes through here. Slide that out so the entire thing can actually move. Once you're done that, unclip this light. That's just for the light on the backlight of that, and do the same for this cable right here. That way you can actually move the entire thing off. Get those screws out. Just move the shift knob back, and then there's a couple screws back here. Take those off and the knob should come off. That way this thing can actually slide out. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm done. When you're reinstalling this, the installation is mostly just backwards of how you do it, except how you took it off. Except the only difference is to get this, the shift button to work, what you do first is that you literally take that, put it in, press it all the way in, and then as you're pushing it down, make sure the button's pressed. Just push it all the way down. Let's get though. Let's go. There we go. And then when it's all the way down, you'll feel some pressure on this. Let go, and there you go. To make it work, go like that. Remove all the gears, and then well, obviously you do have to screw it in, and you can see it doesn't move unless you press the button down. Okay, so that's how you do that. With that removed, what we're going to do is that we're going to take the door panels off. So the way to do that, the first things first is basically, well, yeah, there's 1 screw right there. Take that out. There's little things, little tabs covering 4 screws here. Take those tabs off, and then there's screws in there. We're going to take those off. Once we're done that, we're going to take this tab off. There's a screw underneath that, so I'll get back to you guys once we're done taking all those screws out. Those tabs out, you can see that there's screws inside each one of them, and what we're going to do is that we're going to take out those screws and basically go from there. I'll get back to you guys once I'm done that. Now that that's off, make sure you get that little tab right there, otherwise you'll just rip everything off. Once you're done that, make sure you grab that screw. Once you get the screw off, there's these 2 screws. Make sure you take these screws off and unplug the light. Now take the handlebar off. To take that off, that's also a 10 millimeter socket, so do that, and I'll get back to you guys once I'm done that. Now with everything, all those screws off, just shove your hands underneath and start pulling. You can see I already pulled, so there's clips all around. Grab that, pull it, and they'll come off. I'll get back to you guys once I do that. Actually, one thing that I missed was make sure you take that cover off first. Just kind of lift up from one side and pull it the other. And then apart from that, when you do clip everything off, the clips all on the side come off, and then the top part, just you lift up and the entire thing just comes off like that. And basically that's how you take the door off.